you prefer a fighting game where you have to unlock characters, or do you prefer a fighting game that has a battle pass that you have to pay for to have these characters, or you buy them separately for $5 or $10, whatever the case is? I feel like fighting games are in a weird spot today because it's like, although they're at an all-time high in terms of just player base, let's just take a good example, Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is a fighting game where, you know, it has a good roster, it fights really well, the gameplay is pretty cool, everything about the game is fine, there's no real issues. The problem is that there's not enough content in the game. People want more content, whether it's characters or skins. You know, they just don't offer nothing, and it's literally been almost 2 years since the game's launch, and they're still having this problem where it feels like Street Fighter 6 is lacking in content. Would Street Fighter 6 be relevant today if the game were to come with 10 to 12 characters that you had to unlock versus waiting a year or 2 years for 12 characters to appear on the roster anyway, and you would have to pay money for it? Would it still be relevant? I'm a person that loves fighting games. I am a fighting game savant. I love fighting games, but my biggest hype for fighting games was that it was the thrill of looking at the roster and seeing the question marks, seeing the silhouettes, seeing which characters were a part of the game at launch and which ones you had to unlock, not knowing which ones you had to unlock. I was a young kid playing Deadly Alliance, Deception, playing Tekken Tag Tournament, Tekken 5, Tekken 4. I was young playing these games, so I wasn't aware of E3. I wasn't aware of these gaming conventions where the developers showcase the game and they show you a full roster, so you kind of already know who's in the game, right? I wasn't aware of that. I saw it when I had the game. If I didn't have the game, I didn't see it. And that's pretty much what it was. Unless the game was in arcades like Tekken, Tekken 5, Tekken 4, then I was able to see the roster in its totality. But as far as that, I mean, you know, I was always surprised when I got a fighting game and just seeing the question marks, like who's in the game? You know, that feeling of playing Mortal Kombat and seeing Zombie Liu Kang as one of the characters that you have to unlock. Thinking to myself, what the fuck? First of all, that's crazy, right? For story purposes, he dies in Deadly Alliance, comes back to life in Deception. He's a character in Deception, and you have to unlock him. How do you unlock Liu Kang? Well, do you have to play the ladder? Do you have to play story mode? Well, it's a mixture, right? You have to play conquest mode, but you have to basically open a gold chest at a certain spot in Adenia. Not only do you have to open it at a certain spot, you have to open it at a certain time, at a certain day. Conquest mode was an RPG style game in Mortal Kombat. You're playing as Shujinko, you're literally starting from, it literally has days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and there are certain chests that appear on certain days and certain times. If you've never looked up gaming cheats, if you've never, you know, had somebody who already unlocked Liu Kang, it would take you a long ass time to unlock Liu Kang. And in my opinion, those are some of the things I miss about fighting games, is the fact that you had to play the game. You had to not only play the game, but you had to figure out different ways of playing it in order to get the reward of unlocking a character. Of course, Mortal Kombat is all about secrecy, right? They always have the Easter eggs and the secrets. Tekken, on the other hand, is not really a secretive game. It's like, hey, it's straightforward, it's bare bones. It's, hey, you play the arcade with a certain character, you unlock the certain character. That's how it goes. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I still love it till this day because of how they utilize the nostalgia of it, bro. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has about a good 80 plus characters in its roster. If you were to buy the game today, you would only have like 8 characters to start with. You have to unlock the other 50 to 60 characters. And of course, there's like 20 characters that are DLC, but still, even if you don't buy those characters, you still have to unlock a big portion of the roster by simply playing the game. Whether you're playing online, whether you're playing story mode, whether you're playing just regular arcade ladders in Super Smash Bros, whether you're playing versus with your friends, sometimes you initiate a fight sequence with new characters by just playing versus. Just depends on which character you're using. I feel like that's what fighting games today are lacking. They're lacking the ability of a surprise, of suspense. And I understand why. Online is such a big reason for fighting games staying relevant. Have you ever owned a fighting game when you were young? You were justified. You felt like you've achieved your goal when you've unlocked every character in the game. Did you get that sense of like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Like, I'm bored. I'm bored. Now that I've unlocked all these characters, I put all my energy and focus into unlocking them. Now that I finally did, I don't want to play the game no more. The game's, there's no challenge anymore. They resorted to online being the biggest factor in a fighting game, is that, hey, listen, you know, we do like the idea of giving you guys characters to unlock. They still do it to this day. The only thing is that they don't do it as frequent, and they don't do it with a lot of characters. Mortal Kombat, for the last, like, 4 titles, have only given you 1 or 2 characters to unlock in story mode. There's no real challenge to unlock them. It's very simple. You literally just play story mode, and eventually, you will get an indication that you've unlocked the character. Tekken 8 literally came with everybody. There's no sense of unlocking characters, like, not even Reina. I would have loved it if Reina was an unlockable character. Being that she's a new character to the franchise, she's a Mishima, she's part of the Mishima family, so there's a little bit of mysteriousness right there. Who the fuck is this chick? Make her unlockable. Fighting game communities, developers, they cater more towards the competitive field because of all these, you know, you have Combo Breaker, you have Evo, you have all these tournaments. You know, people go online, they want to study their favorite character. Nobody wants to buy a game where their favorite character is an unlockable and they have to play the game for 10 plus hours to unlock their favorite character when they could have used those 10 hours to get the character in the very beginning and learn this character for the 10 hours. Now they're wasting time playing a game that's not competitive, right? They're just playing the AI. And then when they finally go online to use their character, they're 10 hours late. They're 20 hours late. And now they're playing people that have been studying characters all fucking day. I completely understand why fighting games have resorted to DLC content as of just giving us unlockable characters. I get it. I miss the feeling getting on a fighting game, looking at a roster, seeing that we have 15 to 16 characters in the beginning, and then seeing like 15 fucking question marks. That was so fun to me because it's like, yo, first of all, who the hell is in the game? The suspense of not knowing who's in the game and now trying to unlock them was so much fun. In Mortal Kombat, opening the crypt, saving up coins to open the crypt to then see who do we unlock. Seeing the black silhouettes and kind of depicting like, oh, that's Raiden. Oh, we know that's Noob Saibot because we can see the ninja silhouette. But then you see other silhouettes and you're like, who the fuck is that? And then you find out, oh, whoa, that's Jade? Oh, that's Havoc? That's Draman? Dragon Ball Z. The Budokai series and the Tenkaichi series. Such an amazing dynamic of so many characters. You play story mode to unlock them. It was so much fun. It was so fun to play those games, to get the characters, so then you can go play with the brodies and have a good time playing. Fighting games today, man, I feel like they need to resort back to that, bro. And not only resort back to it, but like create different alternatives. Super Smash Bros. Is a perfect example. There's not only just one way to unlock a character in Super Smash Bros. You can either unlock a character playing arcade, playing story mode, playing competitive online, or playing versus modes with your friends. There's 4 ways to get characters in the game. So why not just give us multiple options to unlock a character? Let's say hypothetically, right, the newest Mortal Kombat game comes out in another 5 years. Give us the game, give us like 18 characters at launch, and then make like 7 of them unlockable. And give us different alternatives to unlock them. Like, let's say for example, Smoke's an unlockable character. You can either 1, play story mode, number 2, you can just buy him, number 3, you can play online games. Let's just say you gotta play 200 games. That's gonna make the casuals want to experience the online experience of like, you know what, let me challenge myself, let me play 200 games online, so not only can I unlock a character, but I can see if I can actually get some fucking wins. Or make a crypt mode and have us buy them in the game for in-game currency. Like, there's so many ways that you can give us these characters without having to limit the player base of online competitive shit. Making a character only unlockable to a certain game mode takes away from playing that online experience. Sometimes people won't even unlock the character because they don't even give a fuck. Ah, it's not my favorite character, who cares? They should do that. I feel like fighting games in the future should come back and resort to that unlockable type of style. I feel like we're missing so much of that fun, that mysterious fun where it's like, who's in the game? Even if you know who's in the game, let's just try to unlock everybody. Let's just go for it. Like, the feeling of going to your bro's crib or playing him online and he's using a new character, you're like, how the fuck did you unlock him? Oh, I just had to do boom, boom, boom. Now you do it and you unlock him. How cool would it have been if Mortal Kombat 1 would have made Floyd a playable character? The Floyd secret fight in Mortal Kombat 1 was a success. A lot of people played it. A lot of people searched and they did their thing. Shout out to the Tiny and everybody else that contributed to finding these secret challenges. But how sweeter it would have been if we did all that work, right? We do all these challenges, then we finally get to fight the toughest secret fight in history of Mortal Kombat. As a reward, you not only unlock a stage and unlock costumes, but they say, alright, since you beat Floyd, you get to play as him. You unlock them. That would have made it so much more worth it. It's already worth it. It's already a W. Now that we went through all that trouble, we went through all that work, alright? People till this day are still having trouble finding Floyd. Even with all the challenges and everything's revealed, people are still having trouble finding him. They're doing all this work. They're grinding the game out. You finally beat him, and then the game says, alright, you can play as him now. Make it a little bit challenging to unlock these characters, and the characters will be so much more worth it. People would appreciate the characters more, and I think the fighting game community would actually appreciate it. Like, hey, let's resort back, right? History repeats itself, right? We're going through this cycle right now of just online competitive gameplay. I feel like sooner or later history's gonna repeat itself. We're gonna resort back to that style where, hey, here's a fighting game with 10 characters, but you have to unlock 20 of them. That's just my opinion, man. What do you guys think? Do you think fighting games should resort back to unlocking characters? Do you think fighting games should just keep what they're doing right now? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just make it DLC content and have us pay an extra $20 to $10 to $15 for a character. What do you guys think? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Express your opinions in the comment section. I will do my best. I don't mind having debates. I don't mind talking about different topics in the gaming world. It's your boy Clutch. I'm out of here. Cue the music. Free the guys. Peace, love, gang.